Leo adjusted his tool belt as he stepped out into the calm, glowing atmosphere of the botanical dome. It was quiet there, always peaceful. The dome was one of the few places on the interspecies hub where humans and aliens could relax and enjoy. Earth-like nature plants, soft wind, and a simulated blue sky overhead. For Leo, it was a break from wires, panels, and endless reports. He worked as a technician, fixing broken systems and updating software. Nothing exciting ever really happened until today. He had barely reached the center of the garden when he saw her. She was standing beside a tall crystal-leafed tree, staring at a cluster of glowing flowers. Her skin had a pale bluish color, smooth and soft-looking. Her ears were slightly pointed, and her hair was a silver color that shimmered under the artificial sunlight. She wore a flowing robe with strange symbols on the side. Her eyes, large and violet, watched everything with deep interest. Leo recognized her species from a station guide. She was a Velari, rare. Most of them stayed in deep space and didn't speak much with humans. The girl turned and saw him. Her expression changed from surprise to delight. She walked quickly toward him with light, graceful steps. Her hands were behind her back as if trying to be polite. "You are human?" she asked in a soft, curious voice. Leo blinked. Yes, I am." She tilted her head slightly. "Amazing. I've read about your kind, but I've never met one before. You seem different than I imagined." Leo gave a small laugh. "Better or worse?" "More solid," she said, eyes wide. "More anchored? May I ask a question?" "Sure," Leo replied, still unsure if she was joking or being serious. She looked up at him, almost shyly. "Would you let me try you on?" Leo stared, confused. "Wait, what?" "I don't mean anything bad," she said quickly, raising her hands. "It's something my people do when we meet a new species. We can gently link minds briefly and feel what it's like to be inside another's world. We call it trying on. It helps us understand others more deeply." Leo scratched the back of his neck. "You mean like reading thoughts?" "Not quite," she said. "It's more like sharing a moment. Like walking in your footsteps, only if you allow, we don't force." Leo paused. This was definitely not something covered in his job manual. Still, her voice sounded honest. "She didn't seem dangerous. I don't know. Is it safe?" he asked. She nodded slowly. "It only lasts a few seconds. We stay fully awake. It's just a small mental connection. My name is Kayla, by the way. I'm Leo," he replied. "Okay, Kayla, maybe we should take this slow." She smiled warmly. "Of course, I only wanted to ask." There was a short silence. A bird-shaped drone flew above them, singing a peaceful melody. Kayla glanced at the nearby bench and sat down carefully. "Do humans find this garden calming?" Leo sat on the edge of the stone bench. "Yeah, I come here when I need to think. Earth's nature is something I miss out here in space." Kayla touched the leaf of a small tree beside her. "It's beautiful. Your people create beauty in strange ways." "That's why I wanted to know more." Leo looked at her. "Why do you find us so interesting?" She leaned forward slightly. "Because you feel so strongly, even from a distance. When humans walk into a room, they leave a mark. Like music, soft or loud, but always alive." Leo didn't know what to say to that. She smiled again. "You can say no if you want, but one day I would really like to understand you, even for a few seconds." He nodded slowly. "I'll think about it. You're not like most aliens I've met." "Neither are you," Kayla said with a soft laugh. They sat there quietly for a while, surrounded by the gentle sounds of leaves and artificial birdsong. Leo looked up at the sky, wondering what he had just stepped into. He came here to fix wiring, and now, somehow, he was part of something much stranger and maybe more important. As he stood to leave, Kayla spoke once more. "Thank you for listening. Most humans avoid me." Leo gave a half smile. "Well, you're the first to ask to try me on. That's something I won't forget." She watched him walk away, her expression unreadable, but her eyes glowing with quiet wonder. After his strange meeting with Kayla in the botanical dome, Leo couldn't stop thinking about what she had said. The idea of trying on a human was unlike anything he had ever heard before. Back at his small workstation in the research hub, he stared at the screen, but his mind wandered. Why would an alien want to connect like that? He asked himself quietly. His supervisor, Margot, noticed his distraction during the afternoon briefing. She was a seasoned officer with years of experience dealing with many alien species. "Something on your mind, Leo?" she asked, raising an eyebrow. Leo hesitated, then decided to tell her about Kella's request. She said her people can link minds for a short time. She called it trying on. She wanted to try it on me. Margot chuckled softly. "Ah, the Valari. Curious bunch. They don't mean any harm. Their species has this unique way of learning through mental links. They share thoughts and feelings to understand each other better. It's a deep form of communication." Leo nodded slowly. "But is it safe? I don't want to lose my mind." "It is safe, as long as both sides agree," Margot explained. "The link is temporary and controlled. No one has ever been hurt. It's like sharing a dream, but both wake up. Still, it's rare for them to ask a human." Leo thought for a moment. "So, it's like walking in someone else's shoes?" "Exactly." Margot said, "Your species is physical, emotional, and complicated. The Valari are mostly mental and empathic. They want to understand how humans feel, what we think." That made sense to Leo. Still, the idea made him nervous. After the briefing, Leo decided to visit the dome again. Maybe Kayla was there? He walked, slowly enjoying the quiet. The artificial sun cast soft shadows on the plants. At the center of the dome, he found her sitting beneath the same crystal tree. Kayla looked up as he approached. Her violet eyes sparkled. "You came back," she said with a smile. "I wanted to learn more," Leo said honestly. Kayla nodded. "I wanted to explain better." She stood and moved closer. "The link I asked for is not just curiosity. It is a gift in our culture. When we meet someone important, we share a moment of ourselves." Leo was curious but still cautious. "How does it feel for you?" "It feels like a breath of air, a soft wind in my mind," she said. "And for you?" "I don't know," Leo replied. "I have never tried anything like that." Kayla looked hopeful. "May I try? Just a little?" "I promise to stop if it feels strange." Leo hesitated. But there was trust in her voice and in her eyes. "Okay," he said. "Just a moment." Kayla closed her eyes. She reached out with her thoughts, gently touching the edge of Leo's mind. For a brief moment, Leo saw colors he had no names for. He felt strange sensations, like floating and sinking at the same time. Then suddenly he was inside Kella's world, a place of calm light and quiet sounds. He could feel her thoughts like soft waves washing over him. She was afraid but excited. Then the view shifted. Kayla felt Leo's memories, the warm days on Earth, the smell of rain, his laugh with friends. She understood why humans loved life so much, even with its struggles. The link ended as quickly as it began. Leo blinked and looked at Kayla, surprised. "How was it?" he asked. Kayla smiled shyly. "More beautiful than I thought," Leo smiled back. "It was different. I felt connected, like I was seeing a new part of the universe." They sat quietly, sharing the moment without words, but not everyone in the hub was happy about this. Later, Leo heard whispers from other workers and aliens. Some called the link unnatural or dangerous. There were stories of mental links gone wrong, though no one could prove it with Kella's people. Leo felt a mixture of pride and worry. He wanted to help Kayla, but he also feared what might happen if the elders of her species heard about this. One evening, as Leo was leaving the dome, he found Kayla waiting for him. "Leo," she said softly, "there is trouble." "What kind?" he asked, concerned. "My elders say I must not link with you again. They fear it is too risky. They do not trust humans." Leo frowned. "But you said it was safe." "It is, but their fear is old. They do not see that humans can be different. I want to show them, but I cannot alone." Leo thought hard. "Maybe we can find a way to help them understand, together." Kayla looked at him with hope. "Will you help me?" Leo nodded. "Yes, I will." That night, Leo lay in his small room, thinking. The connection with Kayla had opened something new, a Chance for two very different species to truly understand each other. He knew it wouldn't be easy. Fear and misunderstanding could block their way. But he was ready to try. The next day, Leo returned to the botanical dome early. He wanted to meet Kayla before the day became busy. The soft light filtered through the dome's ceiling, creating gentle patterns on the ground. Leo spotted her near a small fountain. Her violet eyes brightened when she saw him. "I'm ready," she said quietly. Leo took a deep breath. "Me too," Kayla explained again how the link worked. "We connect through our minds. I send a small part of myself into your thoughts. You will feel a little of my world, and I will feel a little of yours. It will only last a few seconds." Leo nodded. "I trust you." Kayla reached out her hand slowly. Leo hesitated, then took it. Her skin felt cool and soft. She closed her eyes and focused. A gentle warmth spread from her hand into Leo's. Then suddenly Leo's vision changed. He saw bright colors and shapes swirling around. Strange sounds echoed in his mind like music made of light. It was beautiful but confusing. He tried to hold on to his own thoughts, but it was like being caught in a dream. Then Leo felt something deeper: Kella's emotions. He sensed her excitement and nervousness, but also kindness and hope. It was like feeling the heartbeat of a new world. At the same time, Kayla opened her mind to Leo's memories. She saw a small town on Earth, children playing, the sound of rain on a tin roof. She felt his joy when he laughed, the sadness when he remembered lost friends. She saw his courage in facing dangers far from home. For a few seconds, their minds danced together, sharing moments no words could describe. Then the connection slowly faded. Leo opened his eyes, blinking. Kayla smiled softly. "How do you feel?" she asked. "Amazing," Leo said. "I felt like I was inside your world, and you felt mine." Kayla nodded. "It is a gift to see beyond words." Leo looked around, suddenly aware of how quiet the dome was. "No one else knows about this, right?" "Not yet," Kayla said. "I wanted to keep it between us." Double quotes. Leo agreed. "Me too." But that peace did not last long. A few hours later, Leo was called to a meeting. He entered a room filled with strange faces, aliens from different species, some watching him with cold eyes. "Leo," said a tall alien with dark green skin, "we have heard of your link with the Valari girl." Leo felt a knot in his stomach. "Yes, we shared a connection." The alien's eyes narrowed. "Such links are dangerous. They can damage minds or allow secrets to be stolen." Leo shook his head. "It was safe. We agreed." The alien was not convinced. "Your kind is unpredictable. The Valari elders are concerned. They warn you not to continue." Leo tried to explain, but the room was tense. Some aliens whispered among themselves. Leo felt like an outsider, judged unfairly. When he left the meeting, he found Kayla waiting for him near the dome entrance. "They are afraid," she said softly. "But not of danger, of change." Leo took her hand. "We must prove them wrong." Kayla looked at him, hope shining in her eyes. That night, Leo dreamed strange dreams. He saw colors and shapes like the ones inside Kella's mind. He felt the weight of her emotions and the quiet strength of her people. When he woke, the dream stayed with him. It was as if their connection had left a small mark inside him. The next day, Leo noticed something new. He could understand some of Kella's silent gestures better. Small feelings like when she was happy or worried seemed clearer. Kayla smiled when she saw this. "You carry a part of me now." Leo smiled back. "And I carry a part of you." Their bond was growing, stronger than either expected, but the elders still watched from afar. One evening, Kella's voice came to Leo through a soft message. "They forbid me to link with you again. But I want to try one more time. Please say yes." Leo thought carefully. The risks were real, but so was the chance to build trust between their worlds. "I trust you, Kayla. Let's do it." When they met again in the dome, Kayla reached out her hand. This time, the connection was deeper. Leo felt not just thoughts, but memories and feelings flooding in. He saw Kella's childhood, her dreams, her fears. He understood the strength it took for her to break her elders' rules. Kayla felt Leo's kindness, his curiosity, and his hope for peace. After the link ended, they both sat quietly. I'm glad, Kayla said softly. Now they will know that trust is possible, Leo nodded. We will show them. Their connection was more than just a link of minds. It was a bridge between two very different beings learning to understand each other. Word of Kayla and Leo's mind link spread faster than either of them expected. The news traveled through the halls and data channels of the interspecies hub, sparking curiosity and worry. One afternoon, as Leo was repairing a control panel in a quiet corridor, he noticed a group of aliens gathered nearby. They spoke in low voices, casting curious glances his way. Leo felt eyes on him, some filled with suspicion, others with interest. He was interrupted by the sharp voice of Commander Rill, a stern alien who led one of the diplomatic factions on the hub. The commander's green skin and glowing eyes made him look intimidating. Leo, Rill said, stepping forward, I hear you have been involved in a forbiddance practice. Leo looked up, steadying his voice. I was connected with Kayla. It was consensual and safe. Rill's gaze hardened. The Council does not allow such links between species without approval. You risk not only yourself, but the stability of the entire station? Leo felt a flash of anger but held back. Kayla and I only wanted to understand each other better. Rill's voice lowered. Curiosity can be dangerous. There are factions that want to use this connection for control, not understanding. Leo frowned. What do you mean? Rill glanced around before continuing. Some want to make permanent links bonds that cannot be broken. They see humans as strong anchors for such bonds. Leo's heart beat faster. You mean forcing someone to stay linked? That's wrong. Exactly, Rill said. It is forbiddance. But the temptation is great. Your connection has caught the attention of those who seek power. Leo felt the weight of the warning. He realized that his simple act of trust with Kayla had attracted dangerous eyes. Later that day, Leo found Kayla in the botanical dome, her usual calm replaced by worry. They talk of permanent bonds, she said. My elders fear I will be forced into one with you. Leo shook his head. We can't let that happen, Kayla looked down. If I refuse, I risk being punished. But if I agree, I lose my freedom. Leo reached out to hold her hand. There must be another way. Together, they began searching for Oi's other species and individuals who believed in peaceful connection. One of them was Joro, a kind alien scientist who specialized in diplomacy. The only way to stop forced bonds, Joro explained, is to show the Council the true meaning of trust. That bonds can be chosen freely, not taken by force. Leo nodded. We have to prove that understanding comes from respect. Joro smiled. Then let us prepare. Over the next days, Leo and Kayla worked closely with their new allies. They'd planned a public demonstration, a shared link between species, shown openly, with full consent, but the political factions opposing them grew restless. Leo noticed more eyes watching him, more whispers behind his back. One evening, as Leo was walking back to his quarters, he sensed he was being followed. He quickened his pace, heart pounding. Suddenly, a figure stepped from the shadows, a tall alien with sharp features. You should be careful, human, the stranger said. Not everyone wants to see your bond succeed. Leo stood firm. I'm not afraid, the alien smirked. You should be. Leo didn't wait to hear more. He ran back to the dome, where Kayla was waiting anxiously. We must be ready for anything, she said. This is bigger than us now, Leo nodded. Then we fight with truth. Together they prepared for the challenge ahead of Fight Not. With weapons, but with trust and courage. The day after the warning from the stranger, Leo knew things were becoming more dangerous. He could feel eyes following him everywhere. Even simple tasks felt tense. Kayla called him in a quiet voice from the botanical dome. Leo, she said, her violet eyes serious. I have learned something troubling. Leo looked at her, concern growing. What is it? There is a secret plan, Kayla said. Some want to study our connection, force a permanent link. They see you as the key. You will be taken for observation. Leo's heart sank. Taken? Without my permission? Kayla nodded. Yes, I fear it will harm you and us. We have to stop this, Leo said firmly. Kayla reached into her robe and pulled out a small device. This can help us escape the station if needed. It will open doors and block tracking for a short time. Leo took the device carefully. Thank you. That night, Leo prepared for the worst. He packed only what he needed. He knew he couldn't trust everyone anymore. Suddenly, a soft alarm sounded. Lights blinked red. A voice announced over the station speaker, "Leo Archer, please report to Research Wing for immediate examination." Leo's stomach twisted. "They found me." Kayla appeared beside him. "We must leave now." Together, they slipped through hidden corridors. Kayla's device opened locked doors silently. Their footsteps were light but fast. The research wing was a cold, sterile place filled with machines and blinking panels. Leo had been here before for repairs, but now it felt like a trap. They heard footsteps behind them. Security. Drones and guards were coming. Kayla used her soft telepathic ability to confuse the pursuers' minds just enough to slow them down. Leo led the way through narrow tunnels and emergency exits. After tense moments, they reached a maintenance hatch that led outside the station. Leo activated Kayla's device. The door hissed open and they slipped through. Outside, the vastness of space stretched endlessly. But nearby was a small cargo shuttle, barely used. Leo jumped in and started the engines. Kayla joined him, her eyes scanning the controls. "We must keep moving," she said. Leo nodded and guided the shuttle away from the station, slipping through hidden paths among the stars. For hours they flew silently, both tired but alert. Leo broke the silence. Why did they want to force this bond? What makes humans special to them? Kayla looked out at the stars. Humans have something rare: strength of spirit and a heart that burns with hope. They believe this can make a permanent link strong. But it is a bond that must be free, not forced. Leo smiled faintly. That's what we have, freedom. Kayla reached for his hand. And trust. The danger was far from over, but in that small shuttle, two beings from different worlds shared a promise to protect each other and show the universe the power of chosen connection. Leo and Kayla's escape from the research wing had bought them time, but the threat still loomed large. They knew the station's council would not ignore the situation for long. To protect themselves and their bond, they had to act wisely. Inside the small cargo shuttle, Leo tapped rapidly on the control panel. His fingers moved with practiced speed. We need to send a message, tell others what is happening. The truth. Kayla nodded. Yes, if we expose the plan, more will join our side. Leo linked the shuttle's comm system to a secure channel used by various species across the station. He composed a clear message explaining their connection, the forced link plans, and the danger it posed to freedom. He pressed send. Within minutes, responses began to flow in. Many were shocked and concerned. Some offered help. A message came from Joro, the alien diplomat they trusted. We stand with you. Prepare for the council hearing. Kayla smiled faintly. We are not alone. The council hearing was scheduled quickly. Leo and Kayla prepared to face a room full of judges and alien leaders on the day they entered the grand chamber. It was filled with beings of many shapes and sizes, all watching closely. A stern elder spoke first. We have heard your story, but links between species are dangerous and forbidden. Leo stepped forward. I understand the fears, but our link was free and chosen. It brought understanding, not harm. Kayla reached out her hand to the elder. Please open your mind to what we share. The elder hesitated, then allowed a brief connection. For a moment, the chamber was silent except for the sound of shared memories and feelings. When it ended, the elder's eyes softened. This is a beautiful truth, but the risk remains. Leo replied, the risk is only if trust is taken away. Bonds must be chosen, not forced. Several other leaders nodded, moved by what they witnessed. A vote was called. The council agreed to allow controlled, consensual links between species. With strict guidelines, cheers filled the chamber. Later, Joro approached them. Your courage and honesty changed many minds, Leo smiled. It was our bond that spoke the loudest. Kayla looked at him with gratitude. You showed them the meaning of trust. As the hearing ended, Leo and Kayla felt a new hope rising. They had not only protected themselves but opened the way for others to connect with respect. Their journey was far from over. But now the future seemed brighter. The council's decision brought relief to Leo and Kayla, but more than that, it brought hope. The path ahead was still unknown, but now they had a chance to build bridges, not walls, between their species. One quiet afternoon, Leo met Kayla in the botanical dome. The light fell softly over the flowers and trees. Kayla looked at Leo with her deep violet eyes, a small smile touching her lips. "Leo," she began softly, "I want to say something." He smiled back. "What is it?" Kayla took a breath. "When I first asked to try you on, I did not understand fully. I thought it was like wearing a suit, something to put on and take off." Leo raised an eyebrow. "Like a costume?" Kayla laughed lightly. "Yes, like a costume. But now I see it as much more." She stepped closer. "It is not about wearing you. It is about walking beside you, feeling your steps, your heart, your thoughts, sharing a moment of true understanding." Leo reached for her hand, holding it gently. "That's what I felt too. Not just your mind, but your heart." Kayla nodded. "I did not want to take from you. I wanted to learn from you, to respect you." Leo squeezed her hand. "And I respect you." They stood in silence, surrounded by the quiet beauty of the garden. "I am glad we met, Kayla," Leo said finally. "You showed me a new way to see the universe. And you showed me what it means to trust," she replied. As the days passed, their friendship grew stronger. They worked together to help others understand the power of choice and respect in connections. Their story became a symbol across the station, proof that even the most different beings could find common ground. One evening, as Leo prepared to leave the station for a mission, Kayla came to say goodbye. "Will you come back?" she asked softly. Leo smiled. "I promise." "There's still much for us to learn together." Kayla's eyes shone. "Then I will wait." As Leo's shuttle lifted off into the stars, he looked back at the glowing dome. He thought of Kayla's words and the bond they shared, trying on. A human was not about changing or owning, it was about walking side by side, with open hearts and minds. And in that shared journey, a new future began.